Hey everyone, it's Brody here to another player education video about how to file a formal complaint. Of course, things happen in game or out of game or on the website, and everyone's always questioning about how to file a formal complaint. So select what league you're currently playing in to head over to the Action Center. The Action Center is located in the toolbar of every single form section. It's kind of a one-stop shopping for anything that we need. So it comes to complaints, a couple of things to remember that you always have to provide evidence or proof. So different types of complaints. So anything that happens in a game, it's against the rules is listed right here. Any of the management complaints, not putting stats in, player removal, please can player on IR, schedule requests, whatever it may be, here's your ability to file complaints here. If you have an issue with your management as a player and you want to notify the Players Association, file on player rights. And if there's an issue with staff, if you file a complaint here, it goes to all the admins on the website to review. So we're going to do a quick example of player removal. So under management, we're going to place a player removal request. We're going to select as LGHL and place this on myself, for example. So as you start typing in gamer tag in, it auto generates for you. Let's see how it goes. Click. And from here, it's the most important thing about all complaints is to provide proof. Obviously, in-game complaints do require game footage in order for us to rule on. Player removal or messaging other players, late stats, late lines, whatever it may be, does require proof. The good thing about incorrect stats or falsifying stats or no stats for games and whatnot, you can actually link the game in which you played in to that. Therefore, you don't have to provide any evidence because the game link is there for us to locate. So then, PhotoBucket I use all the time. It's an easy way to host images. Use them for complaints. So once this loads up here, I'll show you what I mean. So we'll say that this image right here is the image I'm going to use for my complaint. So I want to copy the image URL, post that in my complaint. Player has stated to play. Typical complaint we get: players send the message to management saying they quit, and then it gets handled from here. So verify statement, submit the complaint. So I just got a notification on my phone, being staff, that the complaint was filed. So as a staff member, when the action loads up, I do have the open action section here. So in the open actions, the very first one right here is the one I just filed myself. So this is kind of an insider look at what staff actually sees. Gives us the options to post comments and discuss complaints. This is who can see the complaints from staff, so on and so forth. So from here, I click the URL. Boom, here's the image right here. So we'll pretend this is an image of me stating I quit. So as you can tell, if you use the image URLs from PhotoBucket, they are linkable for us to view as staff. Then from here, the typical thing that we do as staffing is whatever rule response will show up in the recent actions. So, right. So normally it'd be, player stated quits, 2-season ban issued. So as it scrolls down, here's our options here. So I'd issue a 2-season ban. In this case, I'm just going to close and reject it because it's just an example. And then as soon as I click update on this, I also get another notification on my phone stating that it's been updated, it has been handled. If I go to my notifications, my most recent notification, this is a notification here stating that the actual complaint I filed was ruled on too. So this is the one I get staff sent as a complaint filed. Here's the one right here that says a ruling has been made on the complaint I filed. So when you see something like that, you want to see how it worked out. You go back to the action center and under recent actions. Under recent actions, the most recent action is the one I just handled. So it's right here, player removal request. And you can see, that is what I wrote in the ruling response earlier. So that'll be able to tell you, as a player who filed a complaint, what action's been handled for the complaint that you filed. After you read this, if you have any other questions, this would be the time to contact staff. So from there, that's the basics on how to file a complaint. The most important thing, as always, is to make sure you always provide enough proof for staff to be able to handle the complaint. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to let us know and send us PMs. All right, everyone, take care.